look, they're beautiful women, all of them that I just showed, and Daphne are beautiful women. But culturally, what culture does Meghan and Lori Harvey belong to? Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. This is Daphne Joy. Daphne Joy, I remember her. This Asian woman. She's Asian. She's half Puerto Rican as well, but I remember her as a video vixen. She used to be in a lot of the music videos for R&B and hip hop artists, and she has a child with 50 Cent. I have heard that 50 Cent treats the child and her with a little bit of more respect than the children he had with a black woman. And that's not her fault. But also now, allegedly, she has had relations with P. Diddy. There's allegedly some sort of Smex tape, the whole Diddy parties and the freak offs and all this other stuff. So there's a lot of different opinions. She was recently on the Cam Newton. I believe she did an interview with Cam Newton on his podcast. I would play some of it, but I'm gonna leave it alone for now. I don't want any copyright issue, but I'm not sure if that would happen with this video. But I want to share this video of what this black girl is saying about Daphne Joy. That basically she's a hoe. She's a hoe, but she's getting more respect by black men because she's not a black woman. My thing is this, you know this. Black women, you've been seeing this repeatedly. They don't treat women who are not black the same as they do with women within their culture. Doesn't always matter all the time how you look because black women look different. If you are black American and you are within this culture, you identify as being black American, you embrace it and all that, there is a certain treatment that some of these men do. Now, look, there's been a lot of speculation about P. Diddy and 50 Cent's sexuality. Some say these guys don't even really like women, but they go to women not black as a beard. I don't know. At the end of the day, men choose. And it pains me to see black women still very emotional and upset, but you're upset with black men. You're upset with black men, but some of you take it out on non-black women. I see this all the time on social media. Daphne Joy is a beautiful woman. She's what people say is a bad, you know what? She looks good. She got a pretty face. She got a good body. She keeps herself up. But does that change the fact that she has behavior? If she were black doing what she has done, she would be vilified. They would say, "Don't wife her up. Don't have babies with her. She's trash. She's a hoe. She's a thought. She's a 304." That's what you would see. And that's just the truth. Now, I don't like to always go against women. I see this happening all the time, and I'm going to mention that later. My thing is this, though. A lot of you keep taking your anger out sometimes on the women. And what she said is not untrue. But you're really upset at black men because you know they don't value you, a number of them. They're prejudiced, a number of them. They treat you, a number of you, different. Their standards change when it comes to you. You know what pains me is to see black women who know this, but yet you refuse to date other cultures of men. You still keep entertaining that. You keep giving these guys energy. You keep feeding them, giving them this high and this attention. That's why I said it before. I had my whole video. This is why they keep slapping black women upside the head because they know you're not going nowhere. You're complaining like a wife at home whose husband keeps cheating. He keeps doing this to me. He keeps doing that to me, but I won't leave. I can't leave. I won't date anyone else. Oh my God, what am I going to do? Why can't he just love me and come home and respect me? I need him. Why can't the black? That's what it sounds and looks like to me with black women on the internet about these guys who, if they weren't famous, I would not look at 50 Cent. I don't find him physically attractive at all. He is not my type. P. Diddy, when he's cleaned up, he looks sort of decent, but he beats women and stuff. No, absolutely not. And 50 Cent disrespects black women all the time. Okay? But they know they get off on you getting emotional and upset. So let me be quiet. I want you to listen to what she's saying about Daphne Joy being ran through, but how black men are still calling her classy and not disrespecting her or trying to ruin her reputation, her career that she kind of has, I don't know, but or her livelihood, that they still pass her along, they still deal with them. But if she were a black woman, that just would not be happening.
I'm gonna tell y'all the real reason Daphne Joy, or whatever her name was able to get on that podcast with Cam and talk about her perfect date and all what the fuck else she want in a man and blah blah blah, and everybody talk about how desirable as a woman she is, even though she was messing with Diddy, even though she was on camera getting fucked by another man while he watched, is because long as you're the preference, niggas do not care if you're a hoe. Like, they act like they hate hoes so much, but they really love hoes, especially when it's their preference. But don't get shit twisted. The way they pedestalize these bitches, the higher they go up, the harder they fall. These are the same bitches that they exploit and turn into baby mamas. But you know why Daphne Joy will forever continue to pander to black men the way that she has been and always will be? Because the black men are the only ones that will ever want her. After some shit like that, after some shit like dealing with Diddy and doing all this extra shit, she could never go back to the Asian community. And black men have low racial self-esteem, so they say shit like, oh, she's classy. Oh, she's this, she's that. This is a professional hoe. No, she a regular hoe. Like, anybody with eyes could see that that shit is a sham. That fake classy shit that she doing is a sham. That's a trashy bitch. And then for her to be able to get on a podcast and talk about what her perfect date is, and it's literally Netflix and chill. You know black men love Netflix and chill. You know, she know just what to say to get their ass. You know what? The same way that black men fetishize these women is the same way that these women fetishize black men. That's why it works out perfectly. But don't let men fool you. They don't have a problem with hoes. You just can't be a black woman. You just can't be a pretty black woman. You just can't be a successful black woman. It's black women that haven't done anything close to what the fuck she's done. And they get a worse rep. Like, Megan Thee Stallion hasn't done shit for real, but just date and be a young woman that knows that she's a bad bitch. And then people have just been crucifying her just for that, just for fucking dating. Do you think Meg could get on a podcast with Cam and talk about Netflix and chill and getting oiled up and putting the AC on and that's her perfect date without niggas crucifying her even some more? But they talking about how feminine Daphne is. What the fuck is feminine about a tacky whore? Like, I can't call her cheap because at least she had her price on point, but that's a tacky bitch. But you know what? She gotta go where she'll be loved at, and she will always be loved with the black men. So I guess she gotta continue pandering to them. It's working.
Okay. So did she lie or did she tell the truth? Now here's my thing. I'm not gonna call Daphne the B word. I don't like to join in with men when they say, I mean, if a woman really is acting like a B, then she might get called one if she effing with me. But you know what I'm saying? I don't like to just go around calling women thoughts and 304s because I know where it comes from men who try to have these different standards and treating women differently. But the truth remains is that she's not being disrespected or thrown away by black men, even though I don't think she's been wifed up, but they give her money. Black men give their money to who they want to give their money to, their resources to who they want to give their resources to. If they don't feel your value, they don't feel you're worth it. You don't have enough value for me to give you child support, put you in this house, take you on a shopping spree. They'll treat a black woman differently. Oh, she from the hood like me. She must want money. Okay. And I think I remember someone saying that Daphne came from a family that already was doing pretty well. But please, a lot of black men will treat it'll be totally different with women not black because a number of them are prejudiced. The question is, are black women going to continue to give these guys energy? Are they going to continue to give these guys energy? As a matter of fact, hold on for a second. She had mentioned that if she were black, it would be different. Megan the Stallion. I mean, did you see that meme they made when her and Clay Thompson broke up, trying to call her ran through and a hoe and all this other stuff? Megan the Stallion is a beautiful woman. This is not about beauty because Megan the Stallion is just as beautiful. Okay? Megan the Stallion was lusted for by black men before she turned in Tory Lanez, and then they felt she was a threat because she held a black man accountable for coming against her. That's when they turned on her, but she's never been seen as physically unattractive by most men. Also, you have Lori Harvey, highly wanted, but because she doesn't stay in relationships with black men usually, that's not working, and she moves on to the next. They feel offended by that and they try to call her a hoe and that she shouldn't be taken seriously because how you had access to these black men. What do you mean you dumped them and you moved on? Who do you think you are? You're lucky they even wanted you, even though she's the better looking one in most of her relationships. But and she's wanted and she's a beautiful woman. So we know it ain't about this. Look, they're beautiful women, all of them that I just showed, and Daphne are beautiful women. But culturally, What culture does Meghan and Lori Harvey belong to? They belong to Black American culture, and they're disrespected by Black American men. It's not Hispanic, Arab, and Indian and Latino men dogging these Black women out like that. It's Black men doing that on the internet and giving other people permission who were already prejudiced and racist permission to join in with it to continue to devalue Black women and lower our social status in the dating hierarchy. That's what's going on because a lot of Black men are prejudiced and they don't want to bring Black women along no matter if you look good or not. It's also, this is a strongly cultural thing. They're culturally prejudiced. They do have their prejudice between Black women. We already know some of those things that exist, and they hold non-Black women to a different standard. Kim Kardashian, people brung up her. Kim Kardashian has always been loved by Black men. Only when Kanye West's career went really down, then they tried to turn on her because of patriarchy. Before that, all they ever did was praise her and her sister Chloe, all of them. But the minute that their husbands got into trouble, then they tried to turn on them as women. But they always supported them. Let's keep it serious here. So that's what's going on. A number of them are they treat Black women differently. They hold Black women to different standards. They are prejudiced against a number of Black women. They are cock blockers. They don't want you, which means they don't want other Black men of means to wife some of these women up. They're jealous. They're very evil spirited towards women within their own so-called community. But if she's Asian, Latino or something, or she comes from a community that's known to be stronger, that will stand up for their women, where you can't just disrespect their women without some consequences from their men in their community. They don't do it like that. And they'll give them money, they'll give them babies because, hey, it's a trade off. She is playing up with the stereotype. She might not be anything like that at all, but she knows what to say. She knows what to do because Black men are an easy lick. They're easy, so easy. If Lori were to say that she wasn't Black and she was Panamanian or Brazilian or Dominican, she might even get different treatment from Black men if she just identified as that. If you know what I'm saying, they're easy to get. Play the stereotype. Preferably if you don't identify as being Black, if you can pass for not being full Black, then you get some brownie points with some of these dudes and you can play them, get their money, have the kids, and live this lavish life. But they don't want to give that to women from their own community because it's an issue with the men. It's the men. But does Daphne care about Black women? I don't know. I probably maybe she probably doesn't. I don't know. I think she has a lot of Black girlfriends. That doesn't always mean anything all the time. But they're choosing who they want to choose. And Black women are hurt by that because it's always a slap in the face to a number of Black women. But you can't go against the women. It's the men. It's your so called men. Not, I don't use that word, but a number of you do. Those are your men doing you like that. And the crazy part is when the man ain't even good looking, but they have this power because of their dating practices and choices when they get money on who they can get and who they want to choose and all this other stuff. And it's true. If Daphne were Black, she would be thrown away, just like they tried to do Corrine Stephens from the Video Vixen. She would be thrown away. They would say, don't date her. Just F her. Don't have a kid with her. She's trash. She's a thought. She's a 304. She's not wifey material. She's not classy. She's not that. That's what they would say. So look at who you're dealing with from your so called community. Take a real good look because it's your men, but you want to keep dating them in large numbers. And that's what the problem is. I didn't say they're all like that, but it's a significant amount. Don't date. I'm not, look, don't date somebody who doesn't value you, who shits on you, who thinks they're better than you, who thinks that you should be begging like for crumbs to get one of them. I don't think so. Nah, I don't think so. And that's the mentality that a lot of Black women have to have. But she did point out the truth is that there's different treatment because she is not a Black woman, and it's true. And the whole world is seeing it. Everybody knows, they see it. And I don't think they blame Black women for dating different groups of men, which there has been a 24% increase of that with Black women. We're good looking women. We can date other groups of men. Some of us ain't ever had those issues before. So, but some want to stay and they want to beg and they want to cry over them. So that is pretty much it. I mean, look, again, P. Diddy. P. Diddy and 50 both have this woman. She's usually pretty quiet, but she did that interview recently. So, look, that is it for today's video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell. Click all notifications. Let me know what you think about this, and I will be reading your comments, everyone. There are some people who will say, well, don't hate the player, hate the game. Don't hate the woman. Don't, it's your men that is an easy lick. It's your men that's leaving. It's your men that uplifting these other groups of women and don't want to see the value in their own. It's your men that's prejudiced. Yeah, but some of these women know it and they still deal with them. To me, some of them are just as prejudiced as some of these dudes. I'm not saying all of them, but it's a real thing that does exist when it comes to being against the black women. And some will say, well, shit, she was broke and she took an opportunity. And is that her fault? I don't know. I have a lot to say on that. I know and I don't know. I have a lot of opinions on that, but I'm going to keep it short. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'll talk to you all later. Bye, everyone.